Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and ask Fred if you will first the motion that was read in camera.
Yes, yeah.
Thank you. And Kathy, will you second?
I will.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I
Yes,
guess
go
I'll
ahead.
be calling conflict of interest of this motion.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
I would have called it at the beginning. I didn't realize.
I would have too.
Okay, and it will be a recorded vote, which I'm requesting. Okay, so moved by Fred, seconded by Kathy. Whereas the Township of Nairn-and-Hyman is currently involved in a number of confidential employment-related proceedings, and whereas a number of councillors are directly involved in those proceedings, and whereas council will need to provide some direction regarding the proceedings and will need to receive reports regarding the same, be it resolved, the council hereby establishes a committee called the Investigation Committee, composed of the following members of council who are not involved in the proceedings: Councillor Frederick Debo. I'll let you, and Kathy and myself. And just writing in the names here. Thank you for your patience. So it would be composed of Councillor Frederick Debo, Councillor Kathy Bourrier, and myself, Mayor Bourrier-Faldine. Terms of reference for the committee are as follows. The committee will receive advice from the municipal solicitor and or other agents directly involved in the proceedings and will provide to the municipal solicitor and other agents all necessary instructions. The committee will receive the report when they are completed and will make recommendations to council with respect to any decisions that arise from the reports. This committee will remain in effect as long as is necessary to complete the proceedings, receive the reports, make recommendations arising from the reports, and thereafter to implement the decisions of council. And in any case, the necessity of this committee will be revisited within 1 year. Favor, Kathy?
Yes.
Frederick?
Yes.
Brigida?
Abstain.
Abstain, is that a no?
I'm abstaining from the vote, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. Rod?
I called a
Same thing.
conflict.
Okay.
I call the conflict too. Didn't you mark that down?
Yeah, I did. And I am for, so it's carried. Okay. So I think in discussions in camera, we all seem to be on the same page with highway at 161, highway 17. It seemed to be that if we list it as surplus at a very discounted rate and obtain. Is this the first one here? Sorry, I've got 3 of them in front of me here, Councillor. So I just want to make sure I've got the right one here. So I'll read how the motion reads. CAO's report 2020-07, May 14th, received for information. Be it resolved, the council declares the property located at 161 Highway 17 as surplus to the needs of the town, and further, the council directs the CAO to obtain a letter of opinion of the fair market value of the land and proceed with the process of selling the property as is by tender of quotation and not allow anyone to enter the main structure. So I think that's kind of the same page that most of us seem to be on. Fred, would you second that, or first that, sorry?
Yeah.
Greg, would you second?
Yes, sorry, Mr. Chair. Are we not going to allow people to access with gear on?
No, that's not with this resolution. And technically, I honestly don't think anyone should unless they're a mold professional. That property was a level 3 2 years ago. We have no idea what's in there now. So to put ourselves in that type of liability, I mean, we're going to reduce the. Sorry, Greg, go ahead.
So people would be making a bid on it based on just the outside and knowing what we're telling them is on the inside, correct?
100%. And realistically, I think once we get these prices, it's going to come back as pretty much the price of a commercial lot would. I mean, I think we're going to have a good chance of moving the property then, and then someone's going to have the flexibility to have the money to spend the money to remediate. That's just my opinion.
Yep.
Okay, so moved by Fred, seconded by Brig, that the CAO's report 2020-007 dated May 14th, 2020 be received for information. Now therefore be it resolved, the council declares the property located at at 161 Highway 17 as surplus to the needs of the township. And further, the council directs the CAO to obtain a letter of opinion of the fair market value of the land and proceed with the process of selling the property as is by tender of quotation and not allow anyone to enter the main structure. Kathy?
For.
Frederick?
In favor.
Brigida?
Favor.
Rod?
Yes.
And myself, that is carried. Just the bylaw that we discussed. Kathy, will you first that? This is to confirm the proceedings of the Council of the Corporation. So it was the bylaw we did discuss already. So will you first that?
Yes, I will.
Greg, will you second?
Yes.
Thank you. So moved by Kathy, seconded by Greg, being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of the Council of the Corporation of the Township of Marion and Hyman. Be read a first, second, and third time. Passed in open council. Its number shall be 2020-12. Kathy?
Yes.
Frederick?
In favor. Yep.
Brigida?
In favor.
Rod?
Yes.
Myself is a yes. That is carried. All right, and to close, Rod, will you first?
Yes.
Greg second.
Yes.
Thank you. Moved by Rod, seconded by Brigg, that the meeting of May 20th, 2020 do now adjourn at 8:49 p.m. to meet again on the 9th day of June 2020 at 7 p.m. or the call of the mayor. Kathy?
Yes.
Frederick?
Yes.
Brigida?
Yep.
Rod?
Yes.
And myself is a yes. That's carried. Thanks, councilors. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you,
Good
gentlemen.
night.
Yeah. Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.